Hi, good morning all. So today we are going to learn about the XPath. So, basically, first we are going to learn what is XPath, how many types of XPaths are there, um, why the XPath is so important, and all these things. So, just we'll start discussing about the what is an XPath. So basically here XPath means we can call it as a XML path. XML is the one language. Here we can call it as markup language. So XML stands like a extended markup language, and we can use that language for if we want to send the data. One person want to send the data to other person, so just using that XML also we can carry the data. So this is the very helpful language, and here Selenium is using the same XPath for finding the XPath. Here we are using that XML language. Like here we are they are providing the different combinations, so finding the XPath here. So just today we are going to learn about what is the importance of an XPath. So just here I'm going to share the white screen, so I hope you will see the whiteboard here. And here, so first we are start discussing about the XPath. So XPath is the most important locator. So mostly we are using that locator uh, in Selenium. So most whatever the Selenium projects, most of the organizations are having Selenium. They are using Selenium for automation, and they are having the thousands and thousands of locators using the same XPath. So XPath is the most important locator, because here we any kind of like web element, like a dynamic web element, complex web element, or whatever kind of web element, if we try to find out that element, so XPath support here. So that's why the XPath is the most important locator in Selenium WebDriver. So now today we are going to just learn about that, how the XPath help us. So XPath means, just earlier we have been discussed, this is the XML path. We can call it as a XML path. And here XPath, in Selenium, there are two types of XPath. So the first one is, we can call it as an absolute XPath, and the second one is, we can call it as a relative XPath. So these are the two XPath. We can call it as, these are the two types of XPath. So absolute XPath and a relative XPath. So first of all, we will see what is the difference between absolute XPath and a relative XPath here. So basically, the absolute XPath starts from root node. It starts from, here we can call it as a which node? Root node. And the root node of our web page, of our DOM, is the HTML. Which one is the root node for our web page? So HTML. And here once we start discussing about the relative XPath. So a relative XPath starts from the current node. Means if we are having on we are on Facebook page, and we are on input tag. So this one is the current node. Input tag is the current node for that particular tag. So just here we can say that here input is the tag name for our current tag. So just here, these are the, here we are having the major differences. First starts with the root node, absolute XPath starts with the root node, and relative XPath starts with the which node? So whatever the current node, whatever element we are trying to locate, so that particular node we can call it as a current node. So again, here it starts from single slash. Our absolute XPath starts from single slash. So here just we can call it as, it starts from single slash. Again, our relative XPath starts from double slash. Here we are using which slash? Double slash. So just here we are having double slash. So single slash, and this is the second difference between single slash and double slash. And it starts from the root node HTML node, and it starts from the current node. So again, here absolute XPath starts from the single slash, starts from the HTML node, and it will traverse, means whatever locator. Suppose here the locator is inside that input tag, so it will start from HTML node to body to div to input, like it will travels from all these nodes, and it finally came to the our whatever the node you are going to be searching here. So just here we are going to see over our screen also. So just here I am opening one browser here. You can see that. Yeah. So, and I'm opening one page. We can call it as a Facebook. The mostly we are mostly used page, the Facebook page. And now just we are finding the locators here. So it's absolute XPath as well as relative XPath, how it looks. So just we are on Facebook page, and I am inspecting that page. So just we keep we are not mobile, so just I'm using, and here you can see that at the bottom level we are having the code. So just inside that elements we are having the DOM code, and I want to locate the email address. This one is the text box, and I want to locate that email address, and I want to locate using the absolute XPath first of all. So absolute XPath starts from which node? HTML node, and end here where up to input node. So whatever the nodes are there in that journey, so it will keep all these nodes like HTML, HTML to body, body to div, div to div, second div, again div, again div, again div. So travels like that, and finally came to the input tag. So just here, once we right click onto that particular no component and copy that component and click onto that copy full XPath, and here we are opening one new window, new at the bottom, Control F, just we are click on Control F, and here we are entering that full XPath which earlier we have been copied. So just here we can see that this one is our absolute XPath. This is our absolute XPath. So just here we can see that it will starts from single slash. It will start from our root node. Root node is the HTML node. Here we can see that this one is the root node, and it travels from root node to our current node is the input tag. So it will travels from root node to the input tag, and here we can see that our element get highlighted here, whatever element we are trying to search. So we can easily get that XPath, but in real time we are not going to use that XPath, because most of the application we are using, those applications are under development, or we can call it as in under construction. So in same time, what happened? Developers are developing applications, developers are going to change the tags, developers are going to modify the page. So then that time that absolute XPath maybe fails, and our scripts get failed during executions time, and we are not then try to find out which locator is getting failed, how to fix that locator, and a lot of things. So just that's why we are not going to use which XPath? Absolute XPath. So just this is the just absolute XPath. So we are, as an example here, we are going to store as an example. This is our absolute XPath. Now we will start discussing about the relative XPath. So just first we'll start discussing with the syntax. What is the syntax for relative XPath here? So relative XPath starts earlier. Just we have been mentioned that double slash and whatever the current tag is there. So current node is there. So just here, this first we start discussing with the syntax. So double slash, just here we are using, first we call the tag name, which tag name we want to locate. So just we call the tag name here, and inside that tag name, inside that square bracket, we are using @ attribute is equal to, in single quote, we whatever the attribute value is having. So just here we can say that we are having the attribute value inside the attribute is equal to, inside that single quote, we all that value here. So just this is the attribute value, and this one is the tag name. So this is the syntax for which XPath we can call it as a, this is the basic and simple relative XPath syntax. So here we are having tag name, and now we'll try to find out the XPath for that same element, which earlier we can found using that absolute XPath. Now we are trying to find out the locator for a relative XPath. So tag name is here input. So first of all, we call double slash, then we call input here, we call input. Now we are on that tag name, and here we can see that there are number of attributes are, class is there, name is there. So just inside that input tag, type, class, name, ID, data test ID, placeholder, add a focus, area label, all these are the, we can call it as that input tags attributes, and we are going to use any attribute here. So but basically, first of all, we'll give the preference to ID, then we'll give the preference to the class, and then finally, if ID and class is not there, then we give the preference to the other attributes like name, placeholder, data test ID. So just here in square bracket, here I can take an attribute as a ID. ID is equal to, here we can find out email is the ID, and here we see that this is the one of one. I can find out the locator is one of one. I required the locator is one of one locator. So here we can see that this is the example of simple basic relative XPath. So just here we place in our example. So this is an example of relative XPath. This is an example of relative XPath. So here just we are using one attribute, ID. Here we can use same. We are going to be use either class name. So just here, like if I want to use class, so just we require that class value here. So just replace ID with class here and paste the ID value, and here we can see that we get the unique element, one of one element. So just we are using that element in our script. So just here again, here if we want to use with the name, so just again here we can use attribute, we can change @ name is equal to, the name value is also email there. So just I can change the name is also an email. So this is the simple just simple discussion about the XPath. So we just today we discussed about the what is XPath, how many types of XPath, and what is the difference between that absolute and relative XPath. So thank you guys. I hope you will enjoy this video and try to find out the XPath here. Yeah, and you will get better clarity how to found XPath in Selenium locator. So thank you very much for watching video. Bye. Have a good day.